the court case, everyone's going to see all of these episodes. That is my worst nightmare.
What have you been watching? Hello, I'm Ash.
And I'm Fatima.
And this is a Fatash, and I need context for the foolishness that Fatima's talking about this
Okay,
week.
so there's a Netflix documentary out called The Crash.
Oh,
Um
there's a
and
documentary for everything on Netflix.
I know, but this is the next one that I think like Ole and Friends is going to cover. Um
Mm.
you had this I think she was like 17-year-old girl. Um it was around graduation time. Everybody they had been like graduation party hopping,
That's
and
the thing.
they
I think I only went to one graduation party, maybe, and it was probably my own.
okay, well that's not the point. The point is that at some
Yes.
point she crashed the car. The car was going like 80 miles an hour, no brakes,
Oh no.
into a brick wall.
Oh God.
Her boyfriend passed away. He was in the passenger seat. There was the boyfriend's friend slash her friend that
Oh,
was
don't
in
look
the
at that.
back seat. Legs. Uh, and he passed away also. She survived, and
Why is it always the passengers that get it the worst in
I have
accidents?
I
What
have
is
no
what is
idea.
going on? You would think the steering wheel would maybe do additional damage, but no, it's everybody
Maybe
else.
maybe it's something like the driver protecting themselves. I
How
don't know.
so? They got more stuff that could tear into their chest. I don't know. There needs to be more research on that.
I don't know.
So
Yeah,
everybody
but
but the driver died.
mhm.
Mm.
And then like once they like there was stuff happening like immediately, like one of the fathers of of one of the kids who passed away like went out there to the site and was like, I don't see any skid marks to suggest that she stopped. And like when they got like the black box reading, the black box showed that the accelerator was pressed down 100%.
There's black
And
boxes in cars?
yes,
Huh.
yeah, there are black boxes in cars.
I
The
don't know.
accelerators pressed down 100%, and the brake wasn't pressed at all.
Mm.
Yeah. And so now
Yeah.
there's like investigation into all the stuff, but or at least there was. She's sitting in prison right now because she was I, I don't know what she went to jail for. I didn't get to the end of the
Vehicular
documentary before I
manslaughter.
just like looked it up and was like, this it doesn't sound right. So yeah.
Damn.
Then everybody will discover this podcast because they'll be sifting through it for evidence. Like you know how in high school they're like, don't do blah 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 because it'll go on your permanent record. Like I always thought that was completely fake, but it turns out that if you pull some shit like this, people are going to like look into your character.
I
And in her
think
case, they found that she had been like suspended a bunch of times. There was like teachers complaining about her, and they were complaining about her like pretty much being a bully. Like she's very, very skinny girl, but she was somehow like telling other students that they should kill themselves. Like,
when you say permanent record, you mean like school record, not
yeah.
like your criminal record. Because the criminal
No.
record you could
And I
have
thought like the
expunged.
school record, I was like, what is this? This isn't like who
That's
y'all
the
gonna
thing. Like,
tell?
who's really looking at your school record outside of maybe
The
colleges?
law if you mess up. But
Oh,
like
this law. But that's not like public record, right?
I don't know how it works, but the fact that it like landed in this documentary was like, oh
Well, it became a part of the court case. So,
yeah.
you
It's
know,
like I thought all of that was just nonsense.
nah. I mean, I didn't take much. I didn't take much of it to heart because I wasn't a bad kid or anything. So it's like, all right, well, permanent record, cool. They only gonna look at it if they need to find something bad about me. They never really look at it when it's something good.
Like saved a dove. Does that go on my Permanent record.
Or
No.
like all the awards I've won. Is that there? You know, I don't know.
I don't know. That goes on my wall.
True, but I gotta prove it to other people sometimes too. Find an article. I don't know. But yeah, that's fucked up. It makes you not even want to ride in cars with nobody no more.
Well,
It,
also, like, there were signs that she was, like, unhinged because,
mm,
like, when something terrible happens, like, once again, living in this age has, like, some special caveats to it because as soon as that happened, police went straight to her social media and on
there
her
you go.
and onto her phone.
Yep.
And on her social media, like, I don't know if she posted this to social media, but definitely on her phone were all of these videos of her smoking really fat blunts, like, really.
The way folks have incriminating evidence just there. Just
Like, every
there.
day, because
I don't
everything's timestamped too, like, every
yeah.
day, fat blunts,
Metadata
every
in it,
every day.
like I delete my pictures so often. Like once it's posted to like social media or something, I usually delete it from my phone. Which is not to say that they couldn't like do some back end shit and find it, even though my like I delete it, it goes into a trash can, and then it's in the trash can for like a month, and then it's supposed to be quote unquote permanently deleted, but that's just written over, whatever. But like I'm not going to have certain things just readily accessible on my phone. Like if you are scrolling through my phone, anything that you find on my phone, I need to be able to stand 10 toes deep on. If you ask me what is this, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is and why it's there. Like I don't I don't understand.
Fat
People
blunts
just trying
every
to get
day,
caught.
driving around without her seatbelt every day, but suspiciously, in this crash, she did have on her seatbelt.
I'm mad they use that too. It's like, okay, if you look at this TikTok from 2 days ago,
Ah.
she's not wearing her seatbelt. 2 months ago, also not wearing her seatbelt. But for some reason, this evening, she's wearing a seatbelt. Never mind this other TikTok post where she specifically says seatbelts are for pussies. But why is she wearing her seatbelt here?
Also, there was surveillance footage of the road. There's, like, I
There's
forget what you
surveillance
call them.
everywhere.
There's surveillance of the road, and you could see that it looked like she had been scoping out that site, like, days before, like, she had
Premeditated.
driven. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Trying to figure out, "Can I survive this shit?"
Kind of find out she was wearing a helmet. Let me not laugh. People have died.
Yeah, yeah, it was it's crazy,
That's unfortunate. I
but
just speaking of unfortunate events that have happened because of unhinged women, children, I'd heard a full like explanation of the Slender Man stabbing that happened a few years back. Do you
mm,
remember that one? With like
yes,
the 12-year-old girls.
I remember.
Um yeah, I remember it too. I didn't know all the details other than 2 12-year-old girls stabbed up their other 12-year-old friend. And the details that I learned frustrated me because
Why?
the main girl who was behind it all has schizophrenia
Okay, yeah.
and no one did anything about it. Like she had been diagnosed early. Like she was showing signs of schizophrenia when she was a toddler. And they, it's I guess it's harder to diagnose young children with schizophrenia.
Yeah.
So you gotta just like keep an eye on them for certain things. And she just got worse and worse and worse. And she would like tell her friends and family the delusions she was having. She was clearly having delusions even in school. Nobody was doing anything. And then on top of that, her dad had schizophrenia. So there was a history of it. The dad, having experienced it himself and deliberately went off of his meds when he was 19, because his parents apparently put him on medication when he was like, a minor. And
Mhm.
then when he was old enough to say, I'm not taking my meds no more, despite the warnings of his medical professional being like, I don't recommend that, he said he wanted to see the devil. So he's not taking his meds anymore. He wants to see the visions he be seeing. He's come to terms with it. He can live with it, whatever. Fine. But to then not help your child who's having the same delusions as you and just letting them just talk wild shit. And you're just like, oh, it's whatever. He's just a kid. That's what really frustrated me. As someone who apparently suffered the same mental situation, I'm not saying the kid necessarily had to go on medication, but y'all could have helped her more. Y'all was just letting her just do whatever, say whatever crazy stuff, and just chalking it up to, oh, it's just her imagination. Knowing her daddy got schizophrenia.
Isn't she out now?
No. She was out briefly in a
Oh, and then something happened with somebody that she met when she was in the
yeah, she was in like a halfway home.
yeah.
And she cut her ankle bracelet and like went 100 miles south of where she was supposed to be because she was trying to meet up with somebody. And so
Mhm.
for that, she got put back into like the mental institution she was in for another
Yeah.
for 40 years. Because like
But that was recent though,
yeah, that
right?
was like
Cuz she
last
was
year.
out, yeah.
Yeah, in 2025. So in 2025, she was in a halfway house and she cut her ankle bracelet and was trying to meet up with somebody. And they found her, and because she did not stick to the rules of being in a halfway house, she has to finish out her 40-year sentence in like high security mental institution.
Damn.
Damn shame. But like the little girl that they had stabbed up, like she was, I believe this girl was mentally what was it? Not disabled. She was just like slower than the rest of the kids. Like I don't know what her specific diagnosis was, but she did have like a learning disability.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she was, just trying to maintain a friendship with these two girls that she thought was her friend. They got stabbed up 19 times and still made it to the edge of that forest, to the biking lane, and some dude saw her and was able to call 911 for her. They said she was she got stabbed very close to the aortic
Mhm.
box or whatever.
Yep.
They said had it just been just a hair closer, she would have died instantly.
Yep.
It's crazy, crazy. 12 years old.
Mm-mm-mm.
12 years old. And again, the girl that was the mastermind had dolls in her house, chopped up, demonic symbols drawn on them and everything. Ain't nobody do nothing. Like, it's like, at what point are the parents also responsible? Because they're
Oh,
starting to do that now. Like, if a child comes to school with a
I know, but
weapon,
that's not helping their like, oh, the birth rate. And I was like, okay, well, if I got to be held responsible for what this kid does, because
mm-hmm.
parents aren't a child's only like influence,
Yeah,
like that don't seem quite right either.
yeah, to an extent. Because it's like if you have a weapon that's supposed to be locked up, and it was locked up for all intents and purposes, it was like padlocked, key code, whatever it was. It was locked up, but that kid somehow hacked into it, broke the lock. I feel like the parent is not.
I mean, but you don't need a weapon to hurt somebody. I mean,
Yeah, no,
am I
but
supposed to
that's what I'm
lock up
saying.
all my kitchen knives too? Like that's
No, no, that's
am
what I'm
I supposed to
saying.
lock up every brick? Like what?
That's what I'm saying. Like there's might still be a level of responsibility. I feel like in this case, that child not being monitored closer when she has a history of schizophrenia. and
I know.
violence, then in that case, we gotta look at the parents too, because in that case, that's like child endangerment that you have
But
not.
schizophrenia actually, like, that's uncommon because, like, actually, like, if you're schizophrenic, then it's more likely that you will be a victim of a crime than you will commit one.
I know, but I'm
Um,
saying you have to watch them. This instance, this girl's instance, she was showing signs of violence towards others.
I
You
know, but
didn't
she didn't
saw
say that she was going to do this shit. Like,
in her journals. Yes, she did.
yeah, but you're not supposed to read your kids' journals.
You need to watch your kids. I'm just saying. This was an instance where you need to have been paying attention. Especially Mr. Dad with the history of schizophrenia himself. I would think he'd see similar signs and just
Right, but did he commit any violence towards anybody?
not that we know of.
Okay, then, like, why would he think that it would be different for his daughter?
Because his daughter was talking crazy.
Yeah.
He talking violent crazy. They said like, oh yeah, she would read us the story she was writing, but we just thought she was just into the macabre. I used to read Stephen King when I was her age.
Okay, that gives you an explanation as to how they were thinking and what they thought. They didn't think she was going to do any of that shit. I wrote creepy stories too. I didn't do anything.
Moral of the story is don't have no kids, because these kids are crazy. They crazy. They built different. They think different, and that is the risk you take having another person. People are like, oh, I'm gonna have a little mini me. No, you won't. You're gonna have another individual soul brought into this world. You can give them the
Yes.
best upbringing, the best influences, and they come across one negative influence and can latch on to that as their whole new identity.
Mhm.
20 years down the drain of raising that person to be a good human being, and just one person can flip the switch. You just don't know. And I don't like not knowing. I don't want to take that risk. Anywho, I didn't watch a documentary, but I did finish that Richard Gadd miniseries on HBO, Half
About
Man.
what? Oh, okay. How was it?
Oh,
Do you recommend it?
girl, it's hard to recommend.
Oh, fuck.
I say hard in the sense of like I need to know the person in their sentiments before I'd recommend it. Because
Is it an uncomfortable watch?
it is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable in a way that feels genuine though.
Like
Like
baby reindeer?
I didn't watch Baby Reindeer,
Okay.
but Baby Reindeer being based on actual events, I think also made it uncomfortable from what I hear.
Yes.
And this is not based on an actual real experience, but there are so many actions and ways of people moving that I'm like, I could see this being somebody or just attributes of somebody, because it deals with like toxic masculinity and stuff like that.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, the way it made me flip. Well, not really flip. I gained a sense of empathy more for one character that I lost for another starting out. Like, I mean, I was slowly losing it for one of the characters with each and every episode.
Mm.
And by the end, I was like, kill him. Kill him.
Yeah, God,
Take
wow.
him out. Take him out. I'm tired of him. Oh my God. I was good way. I was like yelling during certain episodes. Like, I'm tired of this man. I'm so tired of him. This been like 40 years of bullshit. Like a lot of it was like a lot of the turmoil this character felt was like internalized homophobia for real.
Mm.
And so much hurt could have been gone if he was just truthful with himself. And it's like when it finally comes out, one of the characters is like, "That's it, okay." He's like, "That's it." Like, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, oh my god, they never cared. They never cared. And like, one of the characters that said to the dude, he was like, "You spent all your life trying to dance to the rhythm of other people's drums, and you ain't really have much rhythm to begin with. You should have just done your own thing." I was like, oh my god, not this man talking sense. But like, it was so true though. It was so true. This man spent all his life worried about what one man thought about his sexuality. Everybody else, and every time it kept coming up, and this was mostly women in his life that would like, we know that you messed with men, we don't care, I'm sure they won't care either, it's not a big a deal as you're trying to make it to be, just move on. And he just would not, like, I could not understand the chokehold, the mentality of this one person having about him being gay, when this individual, he didn't even see that often after a point, because that person was in and out of jail anyway, or lived miles and miles away from him and did not directly interact with him. But he was tormenting himself with the idea that this man would find out that he'd be dealing with men. And all the while, that man was dealing with his own struggles, which you get they didn't come right out and say what his trauma was until like the last episode, but there was hints of it throughout the episodes of what his trauma was and why he like had his anger issues and stuff like that, where that came from. But it wasn't like straight up homophobia from it. Like, what happened to him traumatized him in a way that like he moved a certain way, but he didn't lash out at other people just because, oh, that's how they move. I'm trying to be vague so I don't like spoil it for people, but like, I understood this character and his like how that trauma made him lash out the way he did, but it didn't necessarily make him like homophobic. It was like, yeah, I don't fuck with that stuff, and I'm gonna try to prevent other people having to deal with that without consent. But like, if you a grown ass man, I don't care if you suck dick. And I was so yeah. So that by that last episode, I had a better picture of who this man was. Did not condone all of his shit. He probably could have, not even probably, he needed therapy early on. They hinted at him getting a little bit of help when he was in his like late 30s, 40s of like going on medication, but they never really said if he had like, I don't know. It sounded like he had a problem regulating his emotions in general, and he didn't get the help he needed until later in life. So again, he got more of my empathy of like not being able to control his emotions like he should. But he was self-aware. He was way more self-aware than the other dude, which I appreciated more. Like, oh, fuck that other dude. I'm like, yeah, kill him. Kill him. Because he's about to fuck up somebody else's life. And the other person don't deserve it. The other person's already gone through enough shit. I don't know why he even fucking with your ass anyway. But I need you gone. I need you gone. But I think if you watch Baby Reindeer, I think you'll be able to handle Half Man. Like, I don't know how Baby Reindeer ends. I guess you could say Baby Reindeer was it like a good ending? Would you say it's a good ending?
It was a fitting ending, but also like there was so like with Baby Reindeer, there's not only the stalker that he's dealing with, it's also like somebody who's sexually assaulting him. Um yeah, somebody that he trusted, like a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And it went on for like years.
Like even after the conclusion of the stalker.
Like all of that stuff is happening at the same time. So like
Oh,
there's this yeah.
that's a lot
That
to
was
deal
a
with.
yeah, that was a rough watch.
Well, I would say the ending for Half Man.
Also, and still based on a true story.
Yeah. But since it's from what I hear, it's about like what Richard Gadd experienced. At
Yeah.
least you walk away knowing, like, well, Richard Gadd seems to be in a better place. He's got 2 hit TV series and seems to have more clarity on his life, where
Yeah.
he is right now. Like I saw an interview where he was even he just mentioned his like sexuality in saying that he's bi, but just understanding that even in declaring that he's bi, there is some ambiguity within that space that a lot of people experience. Like everything's not going to fit neatly in a box, going to be tied up neatly with a bow, and just coming to terms with that in itself is clarity. Like you're not always gonna know what's good, what is what. Just be in the moment and be okay with the shifting of that. I'm like, okay, that is fair. That is fair. So the conclusion with Half Man, with it being completely fictional, also fitting in. Like I don't see what I mean. It could have a quote unquote happy ending, but given the way these characters were moving, this was the only conclusion. Not to mention, they had like hinted at the conclusion to one of the characters in like episode, I want to say maybe 3 or 4, at the end of episode 3 or 4, because it jumps back and forth between present day and the past. And so like you see a glimpse of what happens in the final episode in the first episode. And then it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so you already see the conclusion for one of the characters before the end of the series. And I'm like, okay, well, I know what happens to them, but how did we get there? And then by the time we're at like, I'm going to say maybe the end of episode 5, maybe midway through 6, I'm like, yeah, I think I know where this person is going. This is like, and I hope it goes there. So when it ends, it's just like, wow. that was ballsy of an ending of like not really giving you a whole, because there's other characters involved by the end of the series that you might have questions about, like what happened to so and so, what happened to this, where is it going? They don't tell you. They just kind of end on a character's face and cuts to black. I was like, oh wow, but yet still satisfying. And that's what I like. I like endings that aren't always happy.
Yeah.
But they are fitting, because that's life. That is life. And this felt appropriate. I love that. It's up there with like, did you see Obsession, the new movie?
No. Is it good?
Nah. Okay.
It's not good.
If you're talking, I can't hear you. Hold on.
I thought you said nah. Like it's not good.
Okay, say something again.
I thought you said nah, like it's not good.
Ooh. Hold on. That might be my headphones. Wait a minute now. Let me do a test. Hold on.
I can crochet
Let
them.
me test my headphones. Ooh, yeah, it's my headphones. Hold on.
Look at this. But you can't. Is it?
No, that's not it.
Can't see this either.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, I got it later. Okay, can you say something?
I said, "Look at this," and then you can't because it's green.
Oh god, oh god. Okay.
You can't see
Um
this either.
yeah, so Obsession is also a fitting ending.
I
And
thought you said, "Nah," when I said, "Is it good?"
oh no no no. It is. It is
Okay.
good. It had a small budget too. It had like a budget of like I think it was like $750,000 and it's made 15 million so far.
Mm.
So very nice. Um but yeah, it had a fitting ending and it's different from the script ending apparently. In an
Oh,
interview, the director, which the director, kudos to him, he's the director, the writer, and the editor.
okay.
And I'm like, oh. And my thing is when you're like all three of those things, sometimes you can get tunnel vision
Mm.
on what it should look like. So I'm glad he was still open to other people being like, nah, this ending, this is the ending right here. And it was. I was like, damn, this is kind of fucked up. Like it has a slight silver lining, but it's like, is this really the life we want?
What's it about?
It is about this 20 something dude who has a crush on his childhood friend. And instead of telling her how he really feels, he makes a wish on this thing called a one wish willow and wishes that she loves him more than anyone else in the entire fucking world. And she does. And chaos
Oh.
ensues. It's like one of
Oh,
those kind of
wow.
like one of those monkey paw kind of, wishes. And it's another one of those instances too where like your empathy for the character dissolves the more the movie goes on. Because Olay also did a video on this recently, I
Yeah.
think yesterday. And I was like, I was the same with her. Like, I was giving the main character, his name's Bear, I was giving him grace up until the point. Up until the point. And then it was like, fuck you.
Oh,
Fuck you,
boy.
you punk ass bitch. Like, first
Damn.
of all, he really lost it for me at before he made the wish, I would say. And
Damn.
this isn't even a spoiler. This might be in the trailer or whatever, but like she gives him a layup. She says to him, "Do you like me?"
Oh. Mm.
And he's like, "No, no, we're just friends." And she's like, "Okay." Then he want to bust out the little wishing tree twig. I wish she loved me. Like she
Mm.
might have. She might
Mm.
have. She might have, and she was waiting for you to say it to her. But
Mhm.
I'm on the consensus of she did not like him like that because there was like a moment earlier before that scene where like all the friends were together and one of the friends was like, yeah, make sure you get your girl home or something. And she's like, ew, don't say it like that.
Oh.
Like, we not even like that type deal to them. So it's like, yeah, usually if someone says you in relation to you
Mhm.
being their partner, I think it's pretty clear that they don't like
Mm.
you like that. But again, she gave him an opening to either get confirmation or be turned down, because it's like the way their dynamic was, because again, they had been friends since like high school or something, at least high school. And he was just obsessed with her in the sense of like the movie opens up with like a monologue of him talking about his love for her and how she was
Mhm.
the only person that talked to him when he first came to school and blah 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 blah, like all the things that she makes him feel, but not really like what he likes about her. Everything he liked
Mm.
about her was in relation to how it made him feel type shit.
Mm.
Get over it, because so I can
No,
see how
never.
I can see how she's like, he's cool, he's unassuming, he's just my bro. Like, we just cool. I see him like a brother or something. Like, just having a friend that you're cool with, but then you're not stupid, so you do kind of get the vibe that like, wait, could he possibly like me? Like maybe you just catch moments where he's staring at you. And you're like, why are you looking at me like that? Like she gave that of like she might have been picking up on maybe he likes me more than I like him, but let me hear it from him. Like I don't want to make no assumptions. So let me ask him, do you like me like that? And you said no.
He might have just been saying no so that he don't get rejected.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Because that's why his
Yeah.
wish was, I wish she loved me more than anyone in the fucking world. She clearly loved him platonically, but what?
It's not what he wants.
Because and then on top of that, she had also said, if I had a crush on someone, they would not know. So for all he knows, she could have liked him. She doesn't. Let me make that clear. She don't like him like that. But if someone asks you straight up how you feel about them, you need to let them know right then and there. Like I don't know how women
But
can
what
make it
if you're
any
not
more.
ready?
Which is also that's fair because that was another point that his other friend was trying to tell him. Like, bruh, when the time is right, you can tell her. You don't need to rush this. Like, but he was still saying, you tell her how you feel, not force her to be obsessed with you.
That typically isn't a thing unless you got a genie or a monkey paw or what did you say it was, a magical willow?
Yeah, girl, I was just so mad at him because I get it. I get not wanting to be rejected. I also get not knowing when's a good time to broach that subject with somebody. But she opened the door and said, "Do you like me?"
Yeah, but
And you
sometimes people
said,
open the door so that they can slam it shut once and for
"Okay, well
all.
the
So
door, but at least you know the door is shut." Instead of that, ooh, do they? Don't they? Like the ball is in your court. I just gave you the layup. Do you like me? Yes. Okay, blocked. I don't like you like that. And now we
jeez,
can move. And now
Jesus
we can.
Christ.
I'm just saying. I look. It might not be as aggressive as that.
Wow, we were friends just 5 minutes ago and then I said I liked you
Yeah, and I don't like you like that. I like you as a friend.
and now you hate me.
I don't
What
hate
the
you. I just don't like
then why'd you
you.
block all hard? What the fuck?
I meant that as a metaphor, like not actually like block nigga. I'm not talking to you no more. Like the layup with a basketball, and I blocked it from going into the hoop type shit. Either way, it's like you gotta know your friend in the sentiment to be able to like word it in a way that's like, I don't like you like that, but I still value our friendship. Some people can't move forward from that. Some people, if they can't have you in that full capacity, then it's just going to be torture on them to like be around you and try to suppress those feelings. I totally understand that. Some folks will just play the long game and just kind of keep their feelings in the pocket until they feel like they can finally say something. Like when you're the most vulnerable, oh, you just got out of a breakup or something, and they can be like, I always liked you, but you was always dating someone, so I never had a chance to say something, and that now that's their way in. But you also run the risk of still being put right back in your friend zone seat because they only see you as a friend. That's why I feel like it's just better to have your feelings out there to be able to say like, I am interested in being more with you, but I'm also okay with us just being friends, and actually act like that. Don't immediately always look for an opening. You put your feelings out there. Now the ball's in their court. They know that you are interested in something more, but now you got to come to them and be like, yes, I would like to explore that with you, but don't push the issue. That's me at least. I ain't never really had a crush on no friend to be like, I'll be your friend for now, but if you ever want to be more than that, that is also a yes for me. No. No, no. If I start liking you and I'm liking you and I'm thinking like, oh, I like them. I think they're a friend. I'm like, nope, nope. These feelings are beyond friendship, and I tell them, and then it's rejected. That we not friends no more because I evolved past friendship, and I can't see you as just a friend anymore. So I'm just not going to talk to you anymore. I've only had to do that once though.
Aw.
Not really all. I was going off to college anyway, so it was easy to like separate the
Yeah, change of scenery.
yeah.
That's another
I
thing that I absolutely hate about social media.
mhm.
Nobody fully goes the fuck away anymore
Oh no, they
because they can
That's why I
always.
didn't want to go to my high school reunion. I'm like, I don't need a high school reunion. Everybody that I wanted to keep in contact with, I still have been in contact with
I
on
remember
social
y'all,
media.
and those memories are enough for me.
And if I don't remember you, well,
Then fuck it anyway. Let's
right.
not.
You might look different, you know. I'm
We
like,
had 4 years to get
hey.
to know each other, and we decided not to. Let's keep it like that.
Right. It's like there's nobody, especially guys, there's nobody from my graduating class that I would want to reconnect with that I'm not already still somewhat connected with and keeping up with. And they're doing great. Like I can't say most of the people I went to school with that I see on social media, I'm so happy for most of them. They're like newly married. Maybe they got a couple kids. Maybe they're on their second marriage and got more kids. It's like, look at folks living life. Couldn't be me. It's like my social media is such a stark difference from other people's. I'm like, man, adulting looks so different depending on who you talking to. But I'm not about to go all the way back home for a high school reunion. Like, the idea of that. Ugh. What I'm gonna talk? I ain't got nothing to talk to them about. Like, hey, you remember Mr. So and So's class? I don't know. I don't. What are you up to? Oh, I got a job. I got a couple
That's
timeshares.
fun. Work.
A couple timeshares and a bunch of Funko Pops.
Yay.
Oh, my second husband. I got 5 kids. Oh, okay. Like, what do you do? Have you ever been to a reunion? I know you took your mom to hers, but have you gone to your own?
I went to my 5-year reunion. That was fun
Oh, that's good.
because 5-year reunion, how old were we?
Probably like
Everyone's like,
26.
no, 5 years.
Oh, that's only like a year out of college. Why the fuck
I
you wanna do
know,
that?
that was fun because, like, everybody's still young.
It's
A
like
couple people a couple people were married, but most people weren't.
yeah, because you're right out of college. Like
Yeah.
you're at best, like everybody can drink now.
Yes, and
It,
everybody can drink now, and that's what we did. We had a dinner, we had a big school bus, and we bar hopped.
yeah, everybody can drink, and a few people might have a degree, maybe a
Yeah.
kid, maybe a married partner.
Some people were married, some people were married with kids, some people had gone to school, some people hadn't, and we were all old enough to drink. That was fun.
Our 10-year reunion was supposed to happen during COVID. No. Yeah. Yeah. I want to say during COVID. Wait, hold on. Yeah. During COVID, because I'm class of 2010. It was supposed to happen during COVID, so that was clearly not going to happen. And then they were trying to talk about combining the class of 2010 and the class of 2011 for a reunion. We're like, the fuck you would? That's not our
Jeez.
graduating class. We don't want nothing to do with class of 2011. Why
Wow.
the fuck
Okay.
would you do that? Like there
Ouch.
was there was
You
like
went to
a
school together. You still know people.
okay, but that's not the graduating class. That's just y'all trying to be cheap. We don't want to hang out with the 2011 niggas. It's
I know,
class
but you're not
2010.
going to get 2020 back. So, like,
I know, but
why are you creating a bottleneck?
that's what people were saying. People were like, we don't want to share. We'll just not have a 10-year reunion. Like at that point, we're not going to have a 10-year reunion. Because in what was it? Like 2021 would have been the class of 2011's reunion. Let them have their 10-year reunion, and then class of 2010 can have like a 15-year reunion or something. Which is what shit that this year? No, that was last year. Well, either way, it doesn't look like 2010 class is reuniting or reunited. I don't know. I'm on Facebook, but not by my own wanting to be. It's because I just don't want to go through the hassle of trying to delete it, and I just haven't been checking in on certain groups. So there's that. Oh, child. Well,
Did you ever watch He-Man as a kid? Or were you you're way too young for
I
that.
think He-Man was on by the time I was watching cartoons. Like I there might have been some reruns on Cartoon Network. I know Thundercats definitely was airing on like Toonami, but I don't remember He-Man.
The only thing I ever liked about Thundercats is the opening song about
Yes.
Thundercats. And then I was like, and
And then you
I
turn it
like
off.
cats, and I liked cats, but I could never get into Thundercats.
Same.
Snarf.
I even watched the reboot they made, and it was okay, but like, yeah, it didn't do it for me. Even my mom, and she's not even big into like action stuff, let alone cartoons. She said that as a kid, everybody loved Thundercats.
I did
Theme
not like
song.
Thundercats.
Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose. The 80s ain't do nothing. They was making them a theme song.
Well, He-Man had that. I didn't know like there was a new He-Man out on Netflix. I know that they've done like a couple of reboots. I know that there's
Oh
a
yeah. I think there's like
Yeah,
2
there was.
seasons of He-Man, and then there was about maybe 2 or 3 seasons of She-Ra.
Yeah, but like there's a He-Man by Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
It didn't. People didn't seem to like it though.
they need to shut up because like like
I take it
He-Man
you like it.
like okay, so like He-Man never had much of a plot. Like like I think I've explained
Again, cartoons
some.
from the 80s, just here to sell toys.
Yeah, this is purely created to sell you hunks of plastic. And like and so like Trevor I've been watching it like a little bit here and there.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't know what's going on with like the Chicago public education system when my mother was going to school because she I'm watching He-Man and she's like getting her food ready or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Oh, is that Thor?"
Now look, I can't even blame your mom for that because at a quick glance, I can see how you could mistake the two.
Okay, so he's dressed up like Conan the Barbarian or whatever, not like Thor. Also,
Wrong.
like
White
this
boy
is like
with
a
muscles and blonde hair. Yeah.
but also he has like it looks like what's that Crusader shit like on his chest area? Like
Yeah.
this is and also they mix like ancient world with like new technology. Like doesn't one of
So
the
did
villains
Thor.
have Thor is based on like Norse mythology though. Thor
Yeah, but
is
they had
ancient
modern.
and He-Man is from 80s. Like, and she keeps doing it though. Like she keeps mixing up He-Man with Thor.
I
Also, she doesn't know anything about like Norse mythology at all. We watched Thor Ragnarok and she was absolutely shocked by the ending because she didn't know what Ragnarok meant.
well, to be fair, Ragnarok was a pretty silly movie.
I know, but she was like, "Wait, the whole world's gonna end now." I was like, "You don't know."
Also, would they be teaching Norse mythology like that in in schools?
She
Period.
was okay. So like, she didn't come across it at all in high school or in college.
I
She
feel like
went
you have
to
to.
she went to one of the Big Ten and she majored in history.
Okay, but not like Norse mythology history.
Like, wouldn't like who? Okay, so like if you're doing history, then doesn't like religion and like who they are praying to come up at all?
Yeah, probably, but like again, it would. I think it would also depend on the curriculum, the professor, how deep you as a student are really diving into certain things. Because I don't.
He-Man is not Thor, okay?
I know. I'm just saying
Thor
I'm sympathizing with your mom in how she would like surface level just think they're the same because they're muscular white boys that talk somewhat Shakespearean. So depending on which version you're looking at.
He-Man He-Man talks straight up American. Very like simple, not at all complicated. It, I don't know. It's a wild franchise. It's a wild franchise. Also, like this first episode in the Kevin Smith one, um, he dies, or at least it looks like he dies. And like the queen is freaking out and crying, and the king is trying to console her, like, "Oh, I know we lost our champion. It's sad or whatever, but
That wasn't
like,
their son?
here's the thing." And then like the queen is like, "We didn't just lose our champion, we lost our son." And then he was like, "What?
Not the how the
He
king.
Man is Prince Adam?"
Oh right, I forgot he
So
transformed.
that so the mother knows who that He Man is Prince Adam, but the father didn't know.
Don't they still look the same? Like I know the outfits change, but like
Well, okay, so like the outfits change, and he like gets a lot more muscles.
I don't know, but the face is still there.
I know, but it looks different. It would be like if a 15-year-old aged up to a Jack 30-year-old. Like
Okay, okay.
there's
Now that,
more
that's
mass there.
like Shazam. Shazam makes more sense because it's like a 10-year-old turns into the body of like a 30-year-old. But I thought Prince Adam was like 20 and then he just gets aged up maybe 5 years.
I don't know. He looks older as He-Man, and he's also there's more muscle mass there.
Well, a mother
But in the
knows.
new movie, I don't think anything happens to him. He just changes outfits. But then like I don't know, all of these like certain people aren't supposed to know, or like the general like most people aren't supposed to know like who this is
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that's an element that's like funny to get your mind around, because like you literally have to remember, like hold in memory like who's supposed to know and who doesn't,
At
because
least Superman puts on glasses as Clark Kent.
well, kind of like, well, Black Lightning put on sunglasses and a suit.
Them glasses really be throwing off people's perception. Because Superman don't even change in bulk. He literally just puts on a suit and glasses and changes his posture. That's still a swole man working at a newspaper. So are you gonna see the live action He Man that's coming out?
Probably not. I'm gonna do what I typically do with the He-Man movies and say, "Oh, that looks cool," and then like not ever see it. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure it'll be on streaming soon enough.
Yeah, just like that new Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I saw that early. It wasn't bad. I think it's better as a streaming movie anyway. I missed my chance to see Is God Is though. Like it's not
What is
in.
that about?
That is a movie of revenge. These two, there's this set of black twins are on a revenge mission to kill their dad
Why?
because their dad tried to kill their mom by burning their mom alive and leaving them in the house when the house was on fire.
Oh.
So the twins themselves have like burns on their bodies and they thought their mom had died in that fire years ago. I think this happened when they was like maybe like between 5 and 10 years old. And again, their dad set their mom on fire, made them watch, and left them in the burning house. They thought their mom had died. Years later, as adults, they are summoned by their mom, who is now dying. She'd been alive this whole
Mm.
time, but now she is succumbing to various things. And she tells them, kill your daddy. And one of the twins is all about that smoke. She's like, hell yeah, we're gonna kill daddy. And the other one's like, yo, I don't know about killing. But that's the movie, is following them as they are on a mission to kill their daddies. It sounds like it's Kill Bill, but with black twins.
Kill
So,
dad.
kill dad. Yeah. So it's actually based on a playwright that has gotten an award. It's like an off-Broadway play of the same title, Is God Is.
Mm.
And it's only been in theaters, I want to say maybe 3 weeks tops. Maybe.
Okay.
But it's not in as many screens anymore. Like as of this weekend, I was trying to see it as like a matinee at the theater near me, and all the theaters that are playing it are not at my theater, and they only have like maybe one showing at like 7 o'clock or like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, damn, I should have saw it last weekend when I saw well, I couldn't have seen it. Well, I could have done like a double screening. I had a $5 ticket to see I Love Boosters.
Oh, was that good?
That was a trip. I will say
Oh.
that is the only Boots Riley anything I have seen.
You
in
didn't
full.
see
Sorry to
what's
Bother
the
You. Nope.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
hadn't seen Sorry to Bother You. I haven't seen I'm a Virgo. I'd heard good things about it. I don't think I had the streaming platforms for it. Like if Sorry to Bother You is on HBO, then I could probably watch it. But heard good things. I know Mike is a Boots Riley fan, and this is my first introduction. And like it was like a couple minutes in, I was like, okay, this is gonna be very interesting. But I'm here for it. Like as soon as I realized this is gonna be one of those kind of is giving like Atlanta, I forget what I called it, but like experimental kind of movies. I'm like, all right, I'm here for it. And it had a message as well. So yeah.
Okay.
If you liked Sorry to Bother You,
I
think
like
you'll
Sorry to
like
Bother You. I liked Just One of Them Days.
Yes,
Which I
just one of
know.
them days. It feels like just one of them days part 2 in a way.
Ooh.
I think it's just because of Kiki Palmer. Like
Keke Palmer is like, I didn't know how funny she was until Just One of Them Days. And then
yeah.
I was like, okay, yes, I could. Oh, and she was also in Nope. And I loved her in that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. It's a down to earth kind of grounded way that she does it that it's just funny to me. Like there's one part of I Love Boosters that I could have done without. I don't feel like it was necessary. It was a very much what the fuck element. And Kiki Palmer's reaction to it was just like, well, I guess I gotta block him. And I'm like, girl, like not enough of a reaction for what she was told. But again, she's being told this. She ain't even like see it the way us as the audience is seeing it. And when I saw, I said, what the fuck? I was like the only black one in my audience too. I was surprised how many white people was in the theater, and I was
Mm,
concerned I was in the wrong theater because
mm.
like there's a lot of white people in here. I didn't think there'd be so much love for Boots Riley in this theater, but hey, I love when a movie, despite it being a predominantly black cast or whatever, is not a deterrent. Because Hollywood makes it seem like if it's
There
all
were a
black,
lot
nobody gonna
there
see it.
there were a lot of white people in the audience for Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah, I got coworkers that are like, "Yo, I love Sorry to Bother You." I'm like, okay, and that is a. I'm looking at the cast. Yeah, it's a mixed cast. They got Army Hammer in here. Demi Moore was in I Love Boosters,
Mm.
so that was fun. That was fun. But yeah, because like Boots Riley is not going to pander to the white audience. Like that, I can tell that much. There's going to be certain elements of like black culture and just black isms
Mhm.
that if you know, you know, and he's not about to explain it. And I love that. Like it was just unapologetically black in certain aspects. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. It
Okay.
looks like Sorry to Bother You is on the Roku channel. I don't know if I'll be able to watch that for free, but in Amazon Prime. Let me check Amazon Prime.
Oh,
Anywho,
all these streaming services.
I know.
Blah.
I know. It's on something called Howdy. The fuck is Howdy? It'll be interesting. Okay, and Lakeith Stanford is in both movies.
Ooh.
So I wonder, not having seen Sorry to Bother You, I wonder if Lakeith Stanford is playing the same character in I Love Boosters. Because like literally,
Well, I don't.
even the
I only
styling looks the
vaguely
same.
remember Sorry to Bother You,
The styling looks
and so I'm
really.
just trying to think: was he a human or a horse at the end?
I heard it goes crazy
It
towards the
goes
end.
crazy. It goes crazy towards the middle, actually.
Yeah, same with sorry, not sorry. Same with I Love Boosters. Or the whole premise is kind of like wow, like the way they film certain things, you already know it's gonna be kind of kooky.
Have you ever known a booster?
Nah, I've not known a booster.
I have.
Was it Mike? It's like no, I'm kidding.
Mm-mm.
I'm kidding, Mike. Nah, but the way that they portray it in the movie is like, yeah, fuck the store they was stealing from. Like I was on their side for real.
I knew one, and she would come through and ask like everybody like what they wanted. She would say like where she was
Mm-hmm.
going to be stealing from, and she would ask like what size you are, what you
Oh
want.
wow,
Yeah.
she was a personal shopper booster.
Well, yeah, and she knew like how much in terms of like monetary value she could steal in order to avoid certain crimes, in
Mm-hmm.
order to avoid certain penalties.
Mike said, "Was she at Cleveland State?"
Yes, she was.
Nah, in the
And
movie
she
though.
had a lot of hustles. She's probably a successful businesswoman somewhere right now because
Now she does drop shipping.
she also no, it was not it was not my close friend. This is somebody who was more friends with my roommate cuz as a person who was on scholarship, I didn't want to lose my scholarship, so I didn't
Yeah,
want to be
being associated.
associated with
Yeah.
any shit at all. Like you ain't getting picked up and having my name on some kind of list
Mm-hmm.
saying that you were taking an order for me. No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Nah.
want, and I know that it's tangential, but I just didn't want any shit. I didn't want any shit at
Yeah.
all. And
Smart.
but she also had like, but I don't knock the hustle though. Like she had a couple of businesses. She did hair. You know how like they have their hair styled in BAPs?
Yeah.
she would do that kind of hair. She did hair and she also did nails. So that's like 3 businesses that she was running out of her dorm room.
Yeah. 2 of which were actually legal.
Yeah,
At
but
least.
like but I don't knock the hustle.
Yeah, like I couldn't do it. I just thought of stealing like puts a knot in my chest of anxiety. Like I can't bring myself to do it. But
Well,
yeah,
like
in the
also like anxiety, but also I wouldn't feel good about the item. Like I'd probably just like never use it or wear it because
mm,
I'd feel bad about how I got it.
yeah. Yeah. The morality of it all. My
uh,
moralities are keeping me broke.
uh, Mike saying the freshman classes of 99 to 2000 at CSU was a criminal organization.
Well,
Well, like I said, I had it good. I was on scholarship, so just trying to keep my shit
just trying
going.
to keep my
But
head down.
yep, but I don't knock the hustle. I'm not a hater.
Yeah, and like I said, in the movie, they're specifically hitting up one brand of store over and over for the most part. And I'm like, yeah, fuck them. Fuck
Oh, but
that
that's the
store.
thing. Like she was well researched. She knew like how much she could steal and she knew employees at these stores.
Mm, well,
And so she knew what was going out on which day.
yep. It's a whole organization. You have to be organized. You got to know the routines. You got to know the schedules. You got to have a getaway driver, whatever. You need to have a place to like offload the goods. Like it's a whole
Well, that's the
enterprise.
thing. She would take orders ahead of time, and then when she got back, she just distribute all of the stuff.
I mean, considering they getting this stuff mass produced and factories overseas,
who's the thief here? Like
you know, they paying like 10 cents a shirt. They be all right. They got insurance. Again, not condoning it, but I understand why.
yeah, and most retailers steal more for them from their employees than they get shoplifted
Yeah,
anyway.
which was another point in
Oh,
the
about the wage
movie.
theft? Yeah. Oh,
No,
wow.
girl,
Yeah.
you're gonna. I think you're gonna like the movie.
Okay. Okay.
Cause like the way they had even did that part of the movie, I was like, wait, oh, man, that's some shit. It was so fucked up. Oh my god. But yeah, no, it was fun. It had a message. I enjoyed it. The creativity and some of the filming that they did, it was just so stupid. Oh my god. It was a fun time. It was fun. It also kind of felt like everything all at once.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It
saw
was
that.
giving some of that as well. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. And now I gotta go
Awesome.
back and watch Sorry to Bother You
Yes.
and see if Lakeith Stanfield's character is the same one. Which would be hilarious if it is, because woof, talk about new context.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can't see this.
What is that? A hat?
It's not a hat. I'm making a bag for my yoga mat. I
Okay.
found a yoga in the park that I want to go to.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'll be
So,
fun. You got summer tomorrow.
yes.
Well, I don't know if
Yes.
it's considered the first day of summer, but it's gonna
It's
be
not.
June.
Yeah.
It's still only in the 70s here in Chicago, so
That's fine.
still cold. I hate
All
it.
right. We should wrap this up because
Yeah, I've been Ash.
and I've been Fatima, and you can't see what I knit or crochet. And this
It's
is
been
Fatash.
Fatash.
Yay.
Bye.
Goodbye.